knew that Gettysburg was a very small liberal arts school, and I knew that, you know, there would be some sort of campus safety, but not to the extent that I didn't know that DPS was so on top of the freshmen as they were.
Sam Sheldon. I'm a resident assistant in Rice Hall. My job is to be a mentor of sorts for first year students and provide them a best first year experience possible to make that transition from high school to college a lot easier.
How do you go about ensuring the safety of your residents?
We've got a few ways to do that. The main way is through the conduct point system. So the point of that is to kind of force residents from doing things that could be dangerous or harmful to them, whether it's drugs, alcohol, mostly things of that nature. It's just supposed to deter the use of that, especially here in the freshman dorms, and also because it's against college policy. That's why that's in place.
I'm Jason. I lived in Hanson 3 my freshman year. I got points.
Did you know about the point system prior to coming to Gettysburg College?
No, I did not. I knew that Gettysburg was a very small liberal arts school, and I knew that, there would be some sort of campus safety, but not to the extent that I didn't know that DPS was so on top of the freshmen as they were when I came.
For me, usually I address it when I see it. So if I see someone drinking, I suspect they may be drinking, I address it, and if needed, call DPS or document the situation.
Do you think the point system is a fair thing? Or would you call it more of a dirty little secret that the college has to surprise freshmen?
I think it's, I wouldn't say it's fair, but I wouldn't say it's unfair. I would say that they go a little too far with it in terms of monitoring freshmen. Freshmen have very little freedom in what they can do, and they have a lot of restrictions placed on them because of this point system. So I wouldn't say it's fair, but I also wouldn't say it's really unfair. It's kind of in between.
I'd say in some ways yes, and in some ways no. When someone is documented, obviously the whole event's reported, and before you are actually given points, you have a conduct meeting with a few different people at the school. And that's where they go over the situation, and you can, kind of plead your case. So if you were documented because say you were taking someone to the hospital or trying to make sure someone doesn't die, alcohol poisoning, for the most part you should get medical amnesty for that. And so they're just in not giving you points or a smaller amount of points for that. But there are also some situations where it gets a little fuzzy, if you bring yourself in, no matter if it's past the first time, you're not going to get that medical amnesty, which almost defeats the purpose in some people's eyes of having that clause. And the school also does seem a little lax with things such as marijuana or certain drug uses, just because it's legal in some areas. So it kind of policy gets a little fuzzy in some places, but for the most part I'd say it's just.
How did you get points?
I had 2 instances of points given to me. My first instance was actually an interesting story. I was playing soccer at the Plank Gym, indoor soccer, for intramurals, and I fell down. There was a tackle put on my leg, and I just fell very awkwardly on my wrist, and it was clearly broken. The bone wasn't popping out, but it was just very swollen, and it was bad. And my face was very pale, I was disorientated. So DPS comes, they take me to the hospital. I realized at the time that I heard something. I dropped my wallet in the car, like the side part of the car, and at that time, like I didn't even think about retrieving it because I was just waiting to go to the hospital to get my wrist checked out. And so after a couple hours in the hospital, DPS comes, picks me up from the hospital, drives me back, and the officer says that you lost your wallet in the car, and by law, we're supposed to take inventory of all lost items in the car. And they said we searched your wallet, we took everything out, took your money out, took your cards out, and we found your fake ID. And this was not a very pleasant experience because I felt at the time that they were kind of taking advantage of me at a time when I was very disorientated as I broke my wrist. And I feel like if I hadn't have broken my wrist, then this would not have happened. So it was kind of a sticky situation. So for that, I got 2 points. I was reported to the points board, and yeah, I got 2 points for that. And there was no like objections to it. I couldn't really appeal it.
Word around campus is that DPS tends to be very combative and aggressive in point-giving situations towards freshmen. How do you feel about this, and have you experienced this before?
I feel like it's all situational, because a lot of times, like if you're respectful and you're cooperative with DPS, they're gonna be pretty nice to you. They're gonna put that, in their report, which was my experience, because ironically I received points last year.
The second instance I got points was, I believe, second semester in Hanson 3 of freshman year. In freshman year, I was in a room. I was actually in my room. Yeah, I was in my room on the 3rd floor, and there was like 3 or 4 of us in there playing some beer pong. Yeah, we weren't being very loud. We were being kind of quiet actually, until someone started playing music. The music wasn't too loud. We made sure to keep that down to not attract attention. However, I did live right next to the RA on my floor, and she was alright, but she also didn't really give us a warning, or didn't really tell us to lower the music or anything like that. She kind of just barged in and said, "What does that smell?" Without even like asking us to come in the room. It was kind of an unpleasant experience. She called the other RAs on the floor, and they all came into the room. And me and the other 3 guys got reported to the points board for that, for playing beer pong in a room.
But I tried to be very cooperative in the situation, so it went over pretty well, and obviously I still got this job, so I must have done something right. But there are some situations where, the first year students may have a certain attitude towards DPS officers that'll just create a hostile situation in general. So I feel like their mentality is not to be aggressive, but sometimes it comes off that way just because of the situation.
Following all of your interactions with DPS and the point system, what is your overall opinion on the school's policy for policing freshmen and the way that they give out punishments?
My overall opinion on this issue is that they go a little too far. I think they handle it in a very combative way. I think they sometimes forget to realize that we're students in college, and that college students do things that DPS sometimes exaggerate or overblow, or just put out of proportion. I think that they can approach it in a better way. Freshmen, when they first come to college, they're kind of lost. They don't know where they are. They have to assimilate into the environment. And so I think in that respect, DPS does an alright job in being an enforcer. But I think they could tone it down a little bit in the manner in which they enforce things. Like with my story, with my broken wrist, like that, they could definitely have handled that differently.